Thank you for clicking on our video. This is Real Men Fishing. Hi and welcome back to what is episode 16. Now later on I've got some information on a competition for you guys, but for now we're down on Twinash Fishery again on Bream City, hopefully going to catch one of those elusive carp. So for now, let's see what we get today. So we're down here for 2 nights. This is the first night. We did get down here a little bit late, but I mean now the light is really sort of hanging around a bit longer. It's not getting proper dark till about 8:30, 9 o'clock, which is very handy indeed. I have just had some sort of a disturbance on my right hand rod. It could have been a liner, but I'm thinking it's more likely that something has picked it up and spat it out. Because I'm using backleads, geese are really sort of coming up close on the swim, and I don't really want them to keep getting sort of tangled up in the line and whatnot. So the right hand rod has had something interested in it. So what I've done is I did go over there earlier around the area and bait it up with a couple of handfuls of boilies, and now I've recatapulted a few more out there, because if there's something there, the possibility is that it's eating everything that I put down there earlier. And although I don't really want to overfeed the fish, if there's some sort of activity down there, you don't want to run the risk that it's gone around and picked off everything that you threw out there earlier, especially when night time's drawing in, because I want to know that when I do sort of get down in the bed chair and whatever, I know that everything and all my traps are set and they're all as good as they possibly can be. I've got the right hand rod over to the trees over the far bank on the right hand side here. I've got my left hand rod over under just sort of, there's a little cove there. I literally cast out so it went onto the bank over the other side. I picked the lead up, put my hook link on and literally threw it down there into this little sort of cove, and then threw a couple of handfuls of bait down there as well. And I am using a third rod literally just for the bream, so hopefully by the end of the night we should at least get something, so fingers crossed.
It's getting 3 o'clock.
Oh, you are having a f***ing laugh. Honest to God, I can't even express to you how I'm feeling this morning. As you may remember, just before it got dark, I had a bit of a run, on a go and missed it. Through the night, I then had 6 more, of which I missed every single one. And one of them was an absolute meltdown. I can't even explain why. There was nothing on the end of it. It was screaming. It was unbelievable. So I adjusted my rigs, shortened the hook link a bit, put a heavier lead on. So, I mean, I don't really know what to do. This morning I hooked into something and lost it. I couldn't believe that. It's not my day today, by the looks of things. So my plan is, at the moment, plan of attack for today anyway, is going to be, I've changed everything still. I've got the shorter hook links and that. I've changed rigs. I don't know if it's because I'm not feeling, it can't be because I'm not feeling confident about it. I mean, the facts are there. I was getting the runs and it weren't hooking into it. But I'm now stuck in a dilemma. I've adjusted them slightly. Since I've adjusted them, I haven't had any takes, so I can't really put into practice whether or not they're going to work. It's got to be something to do with the rig. There's no other explanation for it really. There was just something not right about it. Hooks are sharp. The hook links were possibly a little bit too long. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably sort of afternoon time, I'm going to grab something to eat in a minute, and then I'm going to probably have a little nap because I'm literally exhausted. I could not get a decent sleep because literally I was getting run after run after run all night. It doesn't make sense to move. That would be completely pointless because obviously I'm on fish. I don't think that they were bream. I mean, maybe 1 or 2 of the runs could have been bream, but there was definitely the odd carp run in there. They screamed off. But like I said, they just didn't hook into nothing. So I think the plan today is going to be get something to eat. Afternoon time, I'm going to have a little nap. Rods are going to be out there anyway, but I'm going to probably be snoozing in and out. Try and get a bit of energy so I'm alert tonight. I'm going to try and stay up and get close to them rods so I can jump on them quick. But I'm also going to lock them down nice and tight as well. I'm going to get bow tight strings on them, and I'm not going to give them any room to move whatsoever, just so they literally, the rod is going to be pretty much doing the striking for me, if you like. That's the only thing I can think of to do, to be honest. It's just, like I say, last night was an absolute tragedy, to be honest. There's no other explanation for it. An absolute joke. I don't want to say it's the worst fishing trip I've ever had, because obviously when you sit here for days and you don't get a bite, it's the worst fishing trip. But getting bite after bite after bite and not hooking into them, and then hooking something this morning and losing it, oh dear, I don't know. It's really, it's depressing. And there's a new guy. This is one of the worst things. There's a new guy who turned up yesterday. He come down here and he was like, "Oh, what's in here, mate?" You know what I mean? I was like, "Oh, a lot of bream in here. If you don't mind being woken up all night with bream." And then I found out this morning he had 27-pound carp. Gutted. But on a good note, it's time for a little competition. I've got some Real Men t-shirts to give away. Unfortunately, I've only got medium-sized t-shirts. So anyone who can fit into a medium-sized t-shirt, feel free to enter. But I've also got a baseball cap as well, a Real Men baseball cap. That's going to be going to first place. You'll get a t-shirt and a cap. And then second place, you're just going to get the t-shirt. But what I want you to do is really bring out your creative side. A lot of you have mentioned how creative our videos are, and I want to bring that side out in you guys as well. So anything that you guys can think of that's creative, whether it's a drawing or painting or something to do on Photoshop, maybe it's even just making your own baits or whatever, head over to my Facebook page. I'm going to drop the link down below. You're going to get more details on what to do there. If you want to actually send something physically to me, then message me there and I'll send you the address and where you can actually send that. And then first place, like I said, we'll get a cap and a t-shirt. Second place, you'll just get the t-shirt. But let's say we give it till 2 weeks from today, from when you're watching this video, so make sure you check the date of this video. And then a week after that, I'll announce the winner. But I'll be in contact with the winner anyway before I actually announce it, to sort out the address so I can send you a t-shirt and a cap. So I would really look forward to seeing what you guys come up with. Until then, I better get these rods back out, get a bacon sandwich down the throat, get a little bit of kip, and smash one of these carp out here. Fingers crossed. And should I have expected anything less? It's an old slimer. I am a little bit surprised that it's actually took a bait in such bright sunshine, but there's so many of them in here. I'm not really that surprised, I guess. He's not as big as the ones we've had before, but he's a blank saver. Let's hope that by tonight, this turns into a big fat juicy carp. Let's slip him back. Okay, so light is definitely dying down now. Probably got maybe half an hour left before it gets proper dark, which is around about the same sort of time yesterday that things were really starting to pick up. A lot colder though tonight already. We've got a clear sky and temperature has really dropped. So I'm hoping that's not going to affect the fishing too much, because this is a very deep lake and the temperature in the lake would take quite a long time really before that temperature will change. So hopefully it's going to be a similar story to last night, because like I said earlier, I had so many runs but I just couldn't hit into them. So this time I'm much more prepared to smash into those runs if and hopefully when they occur. So fingers crossed, by the end of the night we're going to have at least something on the bank. It's 3 o'clock in the morning and look what we got here. It's still not a carp from pit number 7, and yet another snot bag. I'm using the biggest boilies I've got. This guy has been sitting on there for literally about 15 minutes. I got woken up with a trickle of beeps and then it went quiet, and then about 10 minutes later there's one more beep and I thought, oh, I better check that rod. And this is what we got sitting on the end of it. A sleep disturber. Anyhow, let's slip this guy back and hope that the next little trickle of beeps is a 30-pound carp. Absolute monster. Nailed him. Well, I thought, going on the luck that I had on this first night, that today was going to be an absolute disaster. But my God, look at what persistence has brought us here. Oh! This is a new PB for me. It's 27 pound of Twiner's mirror carp, 3 pounds short of getting a 30. We are getting so close now, it is unbelievable. I was literally saying this morning, I might not come back on Bream City because it's too much of a mission with all the bream. But look at that, what an absolute monster. All that's left for me to do now is say thank you very much, Mr. Carp, and thank you guys for watching, and I will see you later. Mwah!